I've watched traders blow accounts, not because they didn't know what to do, but because there was a part of them deep down that didn't want to win. And I know that sounds crazy, but after working with thousands of traders, I can tell you that self-sabotage is the biggest reason why traders who know how to trade still fail. And most of them never see it coming. So why do traders subconsciously sabotage their own success? This is something that I became interested in answering many years ago when I was at a point in my journey where I had a good trading strategy, I knew how to trade it, I got access to a larger amount of capital, and I had all this potential reward in front of me. I had everything I needed to have to make money from the markets, and yet I still found a way to stand in my own way. So over the years, I became obsessed with understanding human motive and why is it that despite saying I really want a certain objective, we can still stand in our own way from achieving that. And by this point, I've helped many traders work through self-sabotage and taking a particular thing they say they want to achieve, like a certain amount of payouts or a certain amount of funding, helping them to overcome the subconscious sabotage that stops them from actually achieving that. Now, what I find very interesting is when I ask a trader what it is they want and what it is they say they want, but their life doesn't demonstrate they currently have, they usually rattle off a list of all these positive, one-sided outcomes that they want to have from the market. They say, I want to have $500,000 in funding. I want to be making $10,000 to $15,000 in profit. I want to have the freedom to quit my 9-to-5 job and travel the world and have time and space freedom. And I want to be able to trade without emotions. And I want to go off and be able to do all these things. The reality of trading is that you're going to have both win and loss. You're going to have winning streaks and you're going to have drawdown. You're going to have the gaining of funding. You're also at times going to lose funding and have blown accounts. And the truth is trading is going to offer you some freedoms at times, but it's also going to constrain you at times. The market's also going to constrain you. You're going to have profits, you're going to have losses. So the reality of trading is that it's going to be two-sided. Yet many traders create this fabricated, one-sided ideal in their mind of what they want trading to look like. But in reality, it doesn't align. There's no version of trading in reality that looks like the fabricated idea they have in their mind. So the first thing I work with traders to do is to really make sure their expectations of what they want from their trading is aligned with the reality of what trading actually looks like. And the truth is, you can be a full-time trader. You can replace your 9-to-5 income with your trading. But there's also going to be pains and new constraints and new challenges that come up as a result. The truth is, you can be trading 6 and 7 figures in trading and be managing and pulling 10, 15,000, even more in payouts. There are many traders that do that. Many of my students do that. But the truth is, there are going to be new pains and new constraints and new challenges that you have as a result of achieving that certain goal. So to think that an outcome is going to be one-sided or all positive is not the case. You just go to the next challenge. You go to pursuing the next higher level of accountability. Now, there are many traders that come to me in one-on-one coaching or in my 12-week mentorship 2.0, and they say, I really want to make $10,000 to $15,000 for my trading a month. And I really want to be managing $500,000 in funding. And they say, but I just self-sabotage. I don't do it, or I take trades outside of my plan, or I over-risk and I give back all this profit. So if there's a trader who says they really want a goal, but their life doesn't demonstrate that they have that goal yet, I get them to sit down and write down specifically what it is they want to achieve and what it is they perceive themselves subconsciously sabotaging themselves from achieving. And I get them to write that goal specifically on the top of a piece of paper. And underneath that, I ask them, if you had that particular thing that you say you want, that you're subconsciously self-sabotaging yourself from achieving, what are the fears and the drawbacks and the risks and the roadblocks and the obstacles and the bottlenecks if you had that thing you say you really want? And initially they say, there are no drawbacks or risks. And I hold them accountable and I say, let's write down a list of fears, drawbacks, and disservices. I recently worked with a trader who said, I want to be making $10,000 to $15,000 in profit every month, and I want to replace my 9-to-5 job. And I said, great. How close are you to achieving that goal? And they say, I'm still at break even. I said, okay, so you say there's a goal there that you say you really want, yet your life doesn't demonstrate you have that. And that discrepancy is very interesting to me. So I asked them, if you had $10,000 to $15,000 and you were able to quit your 9-to-5 job, what fears resurface? What drawbacks or risks pop to mind if you had that? And initially their reaction is always, no, there wouldn't be any fears. My life would be better off, because that's the fantasy they're holding on to and attached to. And that's what releases dopamine in their brain. But if I really want these traders to achieve the goals they say they want to achieve, you have to ground it and you have to humble those fantasies, because fantasy isn't going to help you achieve a goal. Seeing both sides objectively is what's going to help you achieve a true goal. And I hold them accountable. What's the fear that surfaces if you were able to make $10,000 to $15,000 profit monthly from your trading and quit your 9-to-5 job? And then for this trader, something resurfaced. And they said, well, I don't want to be reliant on my trading and then there be a change in the market condition or in my capacity to trade, and now all of a sudden I don't have a secure source of income for that month to support my family and pay my mortgage and pay my bills. I said, great. So there's this goal that you really say you want, but in actuality, there's a true logged fear and risk if you had the thing you say you want. And that was an eye-opener for them, because in the past they had seen moments of their trading doing really well and then doing very poorly. So that translated into a fear of, all right, if you did achieve that thing you say you really want and quit your 9-to-5 job, you now also lose your guaranteed source of income, which is what's helping you provide for your family and pay your bills and pay your mortgage. And I said, great. So are you really subconsciously sabotaging your own success, or are there real fears and real risks there that you haven't strategized and mitigated and planned for? And hence, despite you saying consciously how much you want that goal, there's a higher intelligence that is stopping you from having the thing that will put you in that fear and put you in that particular risk. So what I did with this trader is I helped them strategize a game plan to build cash savings, to build cash reserves, to stabilize their trading a little bit, to then also create a game plan to maybe, instead of quitting a 9-to-5 job, look to take some time off to see if full-time trading is even what you enjoy. And then instead of going from working 9-to-5 to not working at all and completely cutting that source of security and income, why not transition from full-time work into part-time work and make a slower transition into full-time trading? So this trader was saying they really wanted a goal and saying they were subconsciously sabotaging their own success. But the reality is that what's happening here is traders are unconsciously co-creating their environment, what they have right now, because there are true risks and true disservices and true fears if they achieve the thing they say they very much want to achieve. So if you're a trader out there right now saying to yourself, I really want to achieve $10,000 to $15,000 per month. I really want to be managing $500,000 or $1 million in funding, but your life doesn't demonstrate right now that you have that, then you want to take that specific goal you say you really want and write an extensive list of risks and drawbacks and disservices if you achieve the thing you say you really want to achieve. And what you'll see is that there's a long list of drawbacks and risks and fears that you haven't planned for and put contingencies in place for. And these are laying dormant in the unconscious mind, helping you co-create the current environment you have, because the current environment you have is the comfort you have in your life and the security that you have in your life. So until you go in there and take all those risks and drawbacks and disservices and all the extra work and all the extra pain you have to experience trading in a higher level and mitigating those things, then you're going to stay with your current comforts. And it's as simple as that. So when someone asks me, why do traders subconsciously sabotage their own success? Well, I kind of have to give them a 10-minute response like this and tell them they don't. They're not sabotaging their own success. They're a true unconscious fears and risks if they achieve the thing they're calling success, because they haven't taken the time to have a look at the other side of that so-called success, and they're exactly where they want to be because they haven't had the time to have a look at their current reality and the comforts that are keeping them stuck there. So until a trader brings to surface the unconscious information, the unconscious fears and plans for them, they're going to stay with their current comforts. Now, if you need help mastering your trading mindset, I've put together a little quiz located in the description of this video and in the first comment. And this quiz just helps me better understand your specific situation, and I offer recommendations on how I can assist you in your journey. Thank you for watching to the end. If you found this useful, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.